On a cold, clear night in the Mile High City, it's time to cap off Saturday night action from Denver. It's St. Louis against the Nightwings on SFL Saturday night. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Tumino. Welcome to Richard L. Snowden Memorial Stadium. Alongside me is Mark Lopez on stats. Eddie Gage back in the booth on color commentary with me tonight. Eddie, we've got one of the best passing offenses in the league in Denver tonight, but St. Louis has an excellent passing defense.
Yes, they do. It's 1 degree above freezing. But up here in the booth with my main man, Mike over here, like y'all ain't know. Hey, look to your neighbors to your left and right of me. Tap that cold beer next to him and say it along with me on 3. 1, 2, 3. Up, yo. We got a good contest, like you said. Offense versus defense. Which team shall cave? Which team shall prevail? Tune in and we shall find out together. Let's get it.
Eddie bringing the energy late on a Saturday night in prime time. St. Louis and Denver both have 2 wins. St. Louis 2-1, Denver 2-2. Gladiators coming off of a bye week, and Denver coming off a close loss to Tulsa last week. Tulsa's been one of the surprises of this early season, Eddie. They've really found that offensive flow with Gabriel Manning.
It all started game 3 when they got Douglas Brown, their first number 1 overall pick, involved in the offense. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to see Denver's offense versus this St. Louis defense.
Will St. Louis improve to 3-1? Will Denver climb up above 500? It is all going to find out over the next hour and change. So glad that you're with us on the SFL on Switch. It's game on for the Mile High City. In the green and gold, traditional green and gold, the St. Louis Gladiators will begin from their own 25. Here is the St. Louis offense. Christian Brown, their third season quarterback, leads the way. Cairo Martinez, the running back. Christopher Dean, the fullback. Paul Dillevue, Shane Kaufman, and Eagle Mondavi at wide receiver. Phil Cause and Guy Clausen at tight end. Denver in the all-black with the navy blue accents. Hand off to Martinez, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Trucked to the ground. That's Adam Wiseman, the inside linebacker. Here's the Denver starting defense. Marlon Marshall and Hugo Reynosa at defensive end. John Benazzi and Igor Berbatov at defensive tackle. Linebackers, Adam Wiseman, Jose Fuentes, and Juan Mississippi. Corners, Ron Hoff, Nick Kinder, and Rasca Santagria. And Isaiah King and Josh Vasquez, the safeties. Over the middle, into the teeth of the defense. That pass is complete to Shane Kaufman at a first down for St. Louis.
St. Louis offense spread Denver's defense out wide, stretched them out, and created open passing lanes against this man defense of Denver. We'll see how long it can hold up, though.
Christian Brown, 27 of 33 for 2 touchdowns in last week's win, or 2 weeks ago's win against Atlanta for St. Louis. Cairo Martinez gets his second carry of the game. Once again, doesn't get very far, only 2 yards.
Only 2 yards, as the interior of this Denver's front 4 is no joke. Defensive tackles Jane Benazzi and Igor Berbatov are going to be getting pressure all game long.
Martinez hasn't had a lot of love running the ball early this season. Only 1 touchdown on the ground, 3 through the air. We'll see that Denver loves to get their running backs involved in the passing game. This time, though, Martinez lowers his shoulder, barrels a Denver defensive player to the ground, and says, "I'll take that first down right to midfield."
And that defensive player was cornerback Ron Hoff. That is a mismatch for this Denver defense. You don't want him trying to tackle power backs by himself.
And that's St. Louis got the advantage on the ground when they went to the outside and got away from all of those defensive players in the interior. There's a nice tackle by Juan Mississippi to prevent Martinez from going straight up the gut because he had a lot of room to run.
Indeed, he did. But this rookie linebacker, had a great showing right there, showing he can tackle him one-on-one in open space.
Mississippi taking him the 3rd round out of Ottawa from the minor leagues in the Season 18 SFL rookie draft. Trips right, single way out to the left, three-step drop over the
Oh.
middle, knocked away. Excellent job. That was Rosca Santagria knocking it down, forcing 3rd and 6.
The stat man, they called him over there in Denver, showing himself also able to make plays in space.
First real big test to the St. Louis offense here. 3rd down and 6, just inside Denver territory with 8 minutes and a half to go in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Brown in the shotgun. Time to throw. Airs it out, and a diving catch made inside the 35. Eagle Mondavi puts on the show and moves the chains again for St. Louis.
Eagle Mondavi led this St. Louis offense last season in receptions, off to a hot start here today. Catching that pass in traffic, and his quarterback got the ball down low to the ground so he could protect him. Nice throw.
Mondavi in his 4th season. He's gone to one All-Star game that was back in season 16. Martinez trying to run behind his fullback, and once again, it's Mississippi right there to bring him down to the line of scrimmage.
Denver hosts one of the better run defenses in this league, and they do it primarily with the help of a 44 defense, as you just seen right there, stacking 8 guys in a box, making it hard to run either inside or out.
Brown to the corner, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3 after the tight end Guy Clausen picks up 7. Eagle Mondavi, for his career over 4 seasons, averages 13 yards a reception on 281 catches. That is a remarkable average for a wide receiver. Second straight 3rd down. It's 3rd and 3. Martinez finds a way to get through. Excellent blocking up front. And it takes Jose Fuentes, the former Sioux Falls Sparrow, to bring him down, but not before he gets to the red zone.
If you're a linebacker and you look forward to padding your tackling stats, this game is the game to do it, because you're going to get plenty of opportunities versus this St. Louis offense.
Gun power formation again. This time they give it to Martinez again. Faked it to the fullback as Christopher Dean went out wide to the left. And there is Mississippi again. The rookie might be having himself a banner day.
All 3 of these linebackers will, by the time this game is over with.
17 tackles through the first 3 games of his career for Mississippi. Brown looking for an open receiver. One comes open on a slant, but only for 4 yards to Phil Cause.
Phil Cause setting his offense up in a 3rd and manageable, deep here in their opponent's territory inside the SFL red zone.
Cause, the only other former All-Star on this St. Louis offense, also went to the show in season 16, same as Eagle Mondavi. On 3rd down and 6, there's a wide open receiver in the middle of the field. And it is Shane Kaufman, so the ball being spread around very well by Christian Brown in the early going. That was a great route, cut late to the middle when everybody had already dropped deep.
Slants are a hard route to cover, probably the hardest in pro sports. And that time he found himself matched up one-on-one with cornerback Nick Kendler.
Now 1st and goal to go for the Gladiators from the 6-yard line. This has been an excellent opening drive on offense. Brown hit as he throws, but there's a receiver wide open at the goal line. Touchdown Gladiators. Phil Cause finds his way for 6 points.
SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine often last season spoke about the efficiency of this St. Louis offense inside the red zone, one of the best in the league. And we got a good example of it right there. They spread the ball around, and they do not play favoritism. The quarterback's favorite target is whoever's open.
And that's the best you can do as a quarterback. Everybody on the offense touched the ball at least once except fullback Christopher Dean, who did yeoman's work blocking for Martinez on a couple of those outside runs. Extra point up and good, and it's a 7-0 St. Louis lead.
Paul Dillavo is also waiting on his first reception, but it'll come in time. St. Louis drove right down the field You know how you get those scripted plays in that not so fun league. Well, the SFL has that same thing going, and I expect Denver's defense at some point to adjust.
That's about as good of an opening drive as you can possibly get. 14 plays, 75 yards, and a 5-yard passing touchdown to finish it off. 5 minutes and 37 seconds time of possession. Thanks again to Mark Lopez for providing these statistics.
I spoke with Denver head coach Adam Wiseman pregame and asked him what's his plan offensively. He said he just wanted to keep it simple and try to eliminate those red zone turnovers that they were suspect to last week.
Those turnovers, likely the difference in the game against Tulsa. Here is Bailey O'Shaughnessy on the carry. He gets driven back for a loss of 1. Here's the Denver offense. Eric Price, the quarterback. Bailey O'Shaughnessy, the running back. Ari Mills, the fullback. Price Battle, Adrian Ellis, Riley Quintero, and Logan Keel, the deep wide receiver core. Jeremy Mosley and Brian Murphy, the tight ends. And Randy Fatt, the third, is the offensive guard on the left-hand side. Now we'll go 4 wide, twins each side. Back to pass Price. Price has it deflect off the helmet of his intended receiver. It will be 3rd down and 11. He was trying to get that one to the hands of his tight end, Brian Murphy.
And I think there was Ragar Law who they got over from Houston this past season. Last season's Defensive Player of the Year. Makes a great play in space.
Here is quickly the St. Louis defense. Matthew Horford, Tom Tanner, Mike Ballot, and Max Knight, the defensive line. Rodney Panati, Mark Gronick, and Keenan Samuels, the linebackers. David Leathers, Ralger Law, Mark Kaufman, and Colin Douglas, the corners. Geralt Winkler and Nicholas Warner, the safeties. Price, middle, into traffic. The catch is made, and a penalty flag flies in late. That was some wizardry by Riley Quintero to make that catch in traffic.
It was, and his quarterback also attempted to protect him, but he took a late hit anyway. Excuse me, not a late hit. It was unnecessary roughness is what it should be. And it's going to tack on 15 yards. You got a defenseless receiver lying on the ground. You can't just dive at him like that.
Looking at it again, though, that's kind of a bang-bang play because Quintero dived to make the catch, and it looked like before he hit the ground that Mark Kaufman, who incurred the penalty, the rookie out of Tacoma, had already made the commitment to tackle him. So that's a tough call against St. Louis, but it moves Denver after only 4 plays into St. Louis territory. Pump fake by Price and tapping the toes for a 7-yard gain to the... Oh, no, it's incomplete. Excuse me, I thought that Logan Keel had that catch, or Jeremy Mosley rather had that catch, but he did not keep his feet in bounds.
We'll see if they elect to use a challenge here early in the game. It looks like they are not going to, though.
Early in the game, only down 7, and that was 1st down. If that was 3rd down, maybe you'd challenge that, but... Price fires, incomplete. Excellent defensive work that time by Geralt Winkler.
50 XZ in and out. That's a favorite play amongst a lot of SFL offensive coaches. Looking for Jeremy Mosley there on a deep post route, but he was covered up pretty well by St. Louis.
Eric Price, who's currently the leader in passing touchdowns and 2nd in passing yards in the shotgun on 3rd and 10. Pressure comes up the middle. He gets the pass away, and it's a dart right to the hands of Logan Keel, who comes up big and moves the chains.
Yeah, he squeezed that ball right in between the safety and linebacker Rodney Panani. I thought that was going to be at least deflected, but great throw there by Eric Price. He came into this game, Mike, 7th in completions at 74%.
Eric Price had a bit of a tough rookie season, as the entire Denver Nightwings organization did. Went 4-8, missed the playoffs a year after winning their 3rd championship in season 16.
Yeah.
Here's O'Shaughnessy on the ground trying to pick his way through. Mark Gronick says no, sir.
Great tackle by the young man.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Bailey O'Shaughnessy receive a pass yet. He is number 1 among all running backs in receiving touchdowns and 2nd or third, excuse me, in total receptions. Second down and 7. Price is now going to play it out to O'Shaughnessy, and that's one of the major reasons why he's one of the top receiving backs in the league, because he has that beautiful spin move.
Yeah, he catches the ball so naturally out in space and then has the wherewithal to make the man in front of him miss and pick up a couple of extra yards like you just seen right there. Great athlete.
Third down and 3. Second straight third down opposed to this Denver Nightwing squad. It's been the arm of Eric Price to get them out of danger the first 2 times, this time inside the red zone. Handoff, O'Shaughnessy ahead of speed, and a beautiful tackle by Mark Gronick to
Got a
get
man
him a
down.
yard short. And down goes O'Shaughnessy, and that could be a huge loss for Denver. There have been a slew of injury problems in the entire league early on in this season. I'm thinking specifically of Carolina here, but I know other teams have caught the injury bug too. That did not look good, because once again, it was Mark Gronick on the spy who just crushed him into the ground.
Yeah, Gerald Winkler also had a hand in that with the assist and taking him down, and you just hope as a Denver fan that he's going to be okay.
The backup running back is Skeeter Baja, 5'11", 215, who's back there now on 4th and 1. Denver going to try and elect to go for this one. Oh, they're just going to try and draw St. Louis off sides. They do not. They will attempt a field goal here.
Tough break. Yeah, I don't blame them for not going in for it there. Their bell cow Bailey just went down, and they probably don't have the confidence in the backup as they do with Bailey, of course.
Yeah, and you think if O'Shaughnessy is in there, maybe they do try and push that one over.
Yeah, I agree.
So out trots Matt Fennick, 4th season in the league, 2nd in Denver. And this one will be from about 32 yards. Puts the right foot through it, has the length, has the distance, and has the accuracy, and Denver is on the board 7-3. So, Matt Fennick is now just 1 field goal shy of Maxwell Falk for 18th on the all-time list, and he's only played 4 seasons.
Incredible, isn't it? And they pay him well, so you expect him to have those kind of statistics.
For his career, 63 of 68. That's a 92.6% conversion rate on field goals. St. Louis going to get the ball back up 7-3 with 2:15 left to go in the first quarter. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. 1st and 10 for St. Louis. Swing out to Cairo Martinez, and that play goes just about nowhere. Nice job. That was Rosca Santagria there to make the tackle.
It's also middle linebacker Adam Wiseman. They played man defense there. He did a great job of fighting his way through traffic to help assist on that tackle.
And something I want to bring up about the opening drive for St. Louis, 7 run plays, 7 pass plays. They are very good at spreading a defense thin. Underneath, there is Phil Cause, the tight end, and he fights his way forward for a first down, going right through Isaiah King.
This St. Louis offense, they aren't the flashiest bunch, but man, they do a great job of spreading the ball around, like we said earlier. And it makes it very hard to defend because you just don't know who to key in on.
This time it's Martinez again, sheds a tackler off his back and eventually is taken down by Hugo Reynosa, who comes in behind the play. He shook off the attentions of Jose Fuentes early on in that play and almost got free.
And just when you think it's safe and you got everybody covered, all of a sudden, Cairo runs the ball up the gut. Our jokers.
Here's Martinez again. This time didn't get as much love from his offensive line. Still got a few yards, sets up a very manageable 3rd down and 1. St. Louis is one of the best teams in the league at hanging on to players. Everybody on this offense is either a rookie or has spent their entire career with St. Louis.
They've come a long way, that's for sure.
Martinez, excellent patience, waited for the gap and found his way through to move the chains.
Yeah, when you said patience, it reminded me of Le'Veon Bell. The initial hold wasn't there. He bounced it to the outside, picked up the 1st down.
And we hit the end of the 1st quarter, so I'll get to my point after this. St. Louis trying to build on their 7-3 lead. This is the Simulation Football League on Twitch. Second quarter action on tap from Denver, Colorado. My name is Michael Torello. Eddie Gage and Mark Lopez with me here in the broadcast booth. Now, my point was, at the end of the 1st quarter, we can no longer call the St. Louis Gladiators a filler team there to just make up the numbers. Brown, back to pass, sidearms it over. That's a one-handed grab. And finally, Paul Dillevue gets into the game with his 1st catch. And O'Shaughnessy, dislocated finger. They'll tip that one up. He'll probably be back out there after halftime.
You just hope that that finger that he dislocated is not in his dominant hand where he likes to carry the football.
Brown, excellent protection, and he finds Cause, who scampers down the sideline into Denver territory.
Man defense once again, and you're right, excellent protection. Otherwise, that ball's going to get batted down or he's going to take a hit or a sack. But he stood tall in the pocket, found his receiver, and once again, St. Louis is going to move those chains.
And finally, the end of my point was we can no longer call St. Louis a filler team there to make up the numbers. They'll win 1 or 2 games a season. They've made the playoffs 3 of the last 4 seasons, yet to win a playoff game, but they are there or thereabouts every season. And this season maybe looks to be the one where they take the extra step. Martinez barrels over 2 and picks up 10 yards. What an impressive run.
Wow, what an impressive run indeed. And Juan, Mississippi just got added to the highlight reel, but on the wrong side of it. Watch this hit. Oh, my goodness.
As well as Isaiah King. That's the 2nd time on this drive that Cairo Martinez has put him on his backside. Look at how many people are in the box wearing black jerseys.
Yeah.
And they get him this time as Martinez gets back to the line of scrimmage and no farther. Hugo Reynosa brought him down.
Yeah, you expect Denver to start making adjustments. At some point, you expect this 44 defense to get a hold of this St. Louis run game and help get their defense off the field. They're in it once again.
And St. Louis in the offset eye with only 1 receiver. Brown going to throw, though, and I believe Guy Clausen got bumped off his route a little bit and was just a half-second late to try to receive that football.
Yeah, he actually ran into linebacker Jose Fuentes trying to get to his spot, and Jose Fuentes just kind of gave him a little rub there and knocked him off course.
So now 3rd and 10. St. Louis perfect on 3rd down conversions so far in the ball game. Brown takes the belt high, snap time in the pocket, throws an interception across the middle. Nick Kindler grabs the pick, and Denver has swung the momentum back in favor of the home team.
You knew it was only a matter of time. Denver continues to come out here and play man up against these defenders, against these receivers once they went out wide, and this time they were able to come up with the football and get their offense back on the field.
2nd interception of the season for Nick Kindler, and number 13 on his career, arrests the momentum of St. Louis and gives the ball back to the Night Wings. We don't know if Bailey O'Shaughnessy is back in because they are in 4 wide plus tight end right. Look out as down goes Eric Price. He got the pass away, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. But Max Knight, a transfer from your Arizona Scorpions, was
Yeah.
right there to bring him down.
Big boy, number 97, Max Knight. He's going to be a focal point of this defensive line as he creates open opportunity for other teammates by drawing double teams. This time he's able to defeat the double team and rush the passer.
Now we've got two backs back there on 2nd and 10. To throw again is Price. He finds O'Shaughnessy, who's back in there after only a drive, and he picks up 10, just a half-yard shy of the first down.
A welcome sight for Denver fans. Just put some tape on it and get right back up there in the field and act like nothing happened. They're going to just tape his two fingers together, his index finger and his middle finger. Tell them to treat it as one and hold on to the ball tight.
3rd and less than a yard. Now, do they trust O'Shaughnessy with a carry here? Looks like they are setting up for a run play. 7 to the box for St. Louis. And off middle, and O'Shaughnessy gets there. No, excuse me, that's Ari Mills, the fullback, with his first carry of the game. A one-time All-Star in his 4th season.
Fullback dive, 3rd and short. Oftentimes you're thinking about focusing in on a running back, and meanwhile the fullback has the ball.
Now only 3 down line, but for St. Louis as 1st and 10 go Denver. Once again, 4 receivers. This time they'll get a little bit more protection for Price as he finds Riley Quintero on the outside for 8 yards.
Play action. I couldn't tell by the angle there, but it looked like they were in a 3-3-3 under. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. But that's a staple of Denver's offense. And if you're going to find a way to slow down this offense, you got to find a way to win on that play.
And the tight end stayed home that time, Eddie, on the right-hand side and gave Eric Price the timing needed to find Quintero on the slant. Or the corner, excuse me. Oh, look out. Max Knight is in the backfield. Getting O'Shaughnessy. Wow. He goes down for a loss of 5.
Max Knight is a problem to deal with. He came into this game 12th in tackles for loss with 6. Add another one to his resume right there.
And he almost had a sack if Eric Price's arm was not judged to have been moving forward early on in the drive. Now from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 5. Price in the gun. A penalty flag flies as the ball bounces off of, I believe that was Jeremy Mosley's hands across the middle.
I think they're going to call pass interference. Yeah, they are, and that's a bad call. I do not agree with that.
So the second time in the game that a 15-yard penalty has gone against St. Louis, and they've both been against Mark Gronick. No, the first one was against Mark Kaufman, and now the other Mark Gronick incurs a 15-yard penalty, and it's 1st down Denver.
Yeah, it's actually going to be marked at the spot of the foul, which is about 4 or 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, but nonetheless, that's a bad call.
And O'Shaughnessy nowhere to go as he was knocked to the ground by Colin Douglas. Not often you see him around the line of scrimmage.
Max Knight is a problem in a run and a pass game. And once again, he draws a double team, which frees up other opportunities for his teammates to make a play.
Colin Douglas, longest tenured player on this team, 12th season. 3rd in passes defended all time. As there's R.E. Mills again.
That time, Max Knight was chasing a quarterback thinking it was a pass, and the running back ran right past him.
2nd straight 3rd down and 5 for Denver. As this has been a game of long possession, only the 3rd series of the ball game.
Denver eating up a lot of clock on this drive, too.
Price fires it, complete, knocked away. And that was Nicholas Warner racing over from the safety spot to knock it down. And we finally have our first punt of the game.
Yeah, here we are in the second quarter. 6:18 left, and we're seeing our first punt despite this 7-3 score.
And here is Utrecht Rugen, the undrafted rookie punter, trying to pin St. Louis deep. Fair catch inside the 20. So St. Louis will have their deepest starting field position of the game.
That
You have a
face
hot take?
mask. I'm sorry. That face mask is offering them zero protection, and you just wonder how many times their eyes get poked out and stuff like that.
It's the St. Louis tradition, the single bar face mask.
Single bar city is what they call them.
Brown in the gun. Martinez alongside. He's going to get the ball out of the backfield. A lot of work to do, and the work is done defensively by Nick Kindler and Roscoe Santagria. Do you have a hot take? Want to show your appreciation for the SFL or show some love to your teammates? The league's new show, SFL Crunch Time, wants to hear from you. Post a video on Twitter with your take or shout out and use the hashtag SFL Crunch Time, and you may just appear on the show this week. Want more details? Direct message Josh Zirkle on Discord, and we'll see you in crunch time. Second down at 8. Brown again. Time to throw. Finds Cause. Cause breaks a tackle and gets into the open field. Adam Wiseman eventually brings him down, but not before he gets to the 33-yard line.
That was a nice play design to try to counteract this 44 defense. You see a man, Adam Wiseman, on a blitz, and they just send Kaufman on a 5-yard out route and picks up a nice chunk of yards there.
And that's the second time they've ran that play against the Denver Blitz, and Cause has picked up big yards both times. Brown this time hits Martinez again, has plenty of room to run, lowers the shoulder. Oh, it puts Isaiah King into the ground for the third time.
Isaiah King is a free safety, and the free safety, along with cornerbacks, are the last people you want trying to tackle a power back, because what you just saw right there on the replay is what's going to happen to him.
As I said, that's the third time that Cairo Martinez has lowered the boom on Isaiah King in this first half. Adam Wiseman had to clean up the tackle. Another first down for St. Louis. Brown, middle. That pass was a little bit too hot to handle for Christopher Dean, the fullback.
Yeah, you're right. That pass came in hot, and fullbacks, they aren't used to lifting their arms above their shoulder pads. You know, they do too many curls in the weight room trying to set blocks for their tailbacks, so expecting them to make that catch, that's going to be that's a difficult task for any fullback to make.
Also, it is 3 degrees, and Christopher Dean is not wearing gloves. That is a brave man. But yeah, it's a shame because Dean was wide open. Nobody covers the fullback on a slant pattern. And that might be one of the reasons why you see teams in the SFL love that play so much. They try and go back to Phil Cause, and this time the defense is ready for it and forces a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen Denver and this man defense make a play. And that play had problems written all over it. Said he came up that ball clean, but once again, this man-to-man defense giving St. Louis a bit of problems.
St. Louis has not punted yet today. This is a 3rd down. High snap for Christian Brown. Floats over the middle. That pass is caught. And that is... Excuse me, I do not have an 83 on my roster for St. Louis. Oh, no, I do. It's Jacob Swaim. Excuse me. The backup wide receiver makes the play, and St. Louis again moves the chains on 3rd down.
Cover 3 trying to take away those shorter routes, but the quarterback had time, and he delivered to his receiver.
Brown, again, it's Cause on the crossing pattern, and he was one broken tackle away from maybe going into the end zone. There was nobody in a black shirt except Roscoe Santagria over there.
Santagria saved that play from becoming an even bigger play with a nice open field tackle.
Brown floats it almost through another interception. Adam Wiseman knocked it down, and St. Louis maybe kind of count their lucky stars that they still have the ball.
Adam Wiseman showing the SFL Nation why he plays defense, as that ball hit him right in both hands.
Adam Wiseman has 2 interceptions in his career, 32 passes defended. 3rd and 3 power set to the left-hand side. They're going to give it to Martinez, and nowhere to go for Cairo as Adam Wiseman brought him down behind the line, and it's 4th and 3.
4th and 3, and that 4-4 defense came into play once again, and we'll see if they attempt either a long field goal attempt here or punt it away, and they're going to punt.
And they're going to punt it away with Matt Fennick, with Matty Wiseman. Nope. This is Utrecht Rugen for St. Louis, the punter. I misspoke last time.
Great punt.
And that is a fantastic punt if it can be saved, and it will be saved. Graham Northrup marks it down at the 6-yard line, so Rugen with a fantastic punt. And now Denver backed up in the shadow of their own end zone with 2:50 to go in the first half in a very low-scoring contest in the Mile High City.
Fast-moving game, too.
A lot of long drives. Only 1 punt each side. And a lot of runs just like that.
1 yard and a cloud of dust, they call him. I don't even think he got a yard that time. They're going to mark it 2nd and 10. And you want to try at least get some room for your punter here, but it's only 2nd down, so let's see if they can get out of here.
And Skeeter Baja is in the game, the backup running back. So O'Shaughnessy was in last series after getting hurt, but now he's back on the bench. Baja gets the carry again. And he runs right into Rodney Panani, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, we have to keep an eye on that. You just wonder how much that finger might be bothering him, and ball security might be a concern of his coach.
St. Louis looking to really turn the screws in the field position battle as we hit the 2-minute warning. St. Louis and Denver having a war of the defenses here on Saturday night in prime time. You're watching the SFL on Twitch. Stay with us. Nice game shaping up between Baltimore and Mexico City. Championship rematch from a season ago. The Vultures have a 17-10 lead. That's on Next Level Sports.
Play action.
Over the middle, caught. No, they didn't get the first down. That was R.E. Mills, the fullback, across the middle on a crossing pattern, and he is a 1/4 of a yard short, if that.
Yeah, it looked like his knee hit the ground just as he was getting ready to cross the first down marker. Tough break for Denver.
So now Matty Wiseman with her heels on the goal line. I apologize for the punt on the last drive.
Mexico City, who was once down big against Baltimore, the defending champions, find themselves down a single score in the 3rd quarter.
Wiseman, that's a
Look
low
out.
snap, and it's almost blocked, and that's not the greatest punt in the world. Going to come down right at midfield, and Shane Kaufman will take St. Louis into Denver territory. Now 1:10 left. Not a lot of time came off the clock on that 3-and-out for Denver. So St. Louis has a chance to turn the screws before the halftime break.
1:10 left and all 3 timeouts. Let's see how they manage the clock here.
Three timeouts for St. Louis, 2 left for Denver, and it's going to be Cairo Martinez up the middle. Clock runs, up tempo. Martinez again trying to pick his way through. 3rd down and 3.
Big 3rd down here for both teams. Oh, false start.
Free first down as Denver jumped offside.
Yeah. Encroachment, that's big time. Oh, they'd have been getting off the field right about now, but it's going to be 1st down for St. Louis.
And I think a little bit lucky for St. Louis because it looks like they only have 1 play in that formation.
That's tough. Tough break for Denver, but they got to bite down their mouthpiece and find a way to keep them off the scoreboard here as this first half concludes.
A little bit of a tough break for Denver there, but both teams have, excuse me, St. Louis has committed 2 penalties. Denver, that's their first. Brown, plenty of time, floats it over the middle. That was a little bit iffy of a pass, but a nice adjustment in stride by Eagle Mondavi to come down with it. St. Louis calls timeout, and they are well and truly in field goal range now.
And you wonder why health insurance for SFL athletes are so expensive. It's hospital passes like that send them to the hospital that makes it so expensive.
It's interesting because Christian Brown's arm looked like it, whipped forward at full speed. In the pass looked like I threw it.
Yeah, that was a duck.
From the 23-yard line, just outside the red zone. Again, the rush comes and it's not picked, and it's barely picked up. Cairo Martinez picks up 4 yards on the outside. And for an up-tempo offense, this is kind of sauntering back to the line with 20 seconds to go. And down goes Christian Brown as the offensive line went out to dinner.
Yeah, once again, this offense stepping up. Igor Barbatov, as you see here in the replay, I mean, he big-time players make big-time plays, and he knows that he needs his defense to step up. And as they used to tell us when I played way back when you were probably a child, they used to tell us, don't wait for the next man to make a play. You be the man to make it. And that time, Igor stepped up big.
3rd down and 10. 21 seconds to go. St. Louis can be aggressive here. They have 1 timeout. Brown, the bell tie snap. That's a high pass, and it's going to be a yard short of the first down. Shane Kaufman came down with it, but he could not get the ball over the line to gain. So here comes Bobby Ray Bouchard to try a chip shot field goal.
And all things considering where St. Louis started this drive, Denver's going to be proud of the way their defense stood tall.
So both teams have been on the wrong side of a little bit questionable ball spot here in this second quarter, but it will lead to 3 points for St. Louis as the kick is up and good from 29 yards by Bouchard. 10-3, St. Louis restores their 7-point advantage with the one of the best passing attacks in the league coming in Denver. Did you think we'd have a 10-3 game at halftime here?
I'm not surprised. Like we talked about, St. Louis, one of the better defenses in this league. They came into this contest first in total yards allowed per game. So no, I'm not surprised at all.
Denver has brought excellent defensive intensity as they've got 9 seconds to make something happen as Quintero gets it up near the 30.
Earlier in this game, Logan Keel, who already broke a franchise record last week, passed Donnie Hands for 37th all-time in receiving yards. Congratulations, young man.
Logan Keel moving on up the ranks.
Play action.
Middle, caught into St. Louis territory. That was Bryce Battle. Timeout Denver, and maybe they'll take a shot at it with 3 seconds to go.
Hail Mary attempt upcoming from midfield. The question is going to be, is Max Knight and company going to give him time, Eric Price that is, to get that pass off?
Denver could tie the game with this one.
We seen Florida do it at the half a couple of weeks ago. Can Denver follow suit?
It's all about the offensive line giving Eric Price enough time to let his receivers get down to the end zone. Price forced to move, and he's tackled from behind. Colin Douglas came on a very risky cornerback blitz, and that will end the first half with the St. Louis Gladiators 10, the Denver Nightwings 3. And Colin Douglas has 2 tackles for loss as a corner.
That's impressive. Corners don't
Second
often get
half.
opportunities to make those kind of plays, but he's been around for a long time.
Second half about to get underway.
Eric Price only has 12 attempts passing thus far at the half.
A lot lower than his previous game. Last time out, Denver fell to Tulsa in a thriller, 38-36. Price in that game, 27-37 for 353, 4 touchdowns.
So at this point in the ball game, Denver has a total of 17 snaps on offense. St. Louis has 39.
They've been controlling time of possession and the ball, but have not been able to really convert offensively outside of that opening drive of the game. There's a nice pass by Price, finding a receiver in stride. Spin move by Bryce Battle to get down the sideline. One man to beat, and he's tackled inside the 15. Bryce Battle fights his way, and Denver is now 13 yards or so away from tying up the ball game.
And often it's talked about how we just talked about here coming out the break, making the most of your opportunities. St. Louis dominated, like you said, time possession, total number of plays ran on offense. Denver takes it, and in one play, it's inside the SFL red zone.
Down to the 12. Price, middle, tipped around. Ball is floating around, and it's incomplete.
Max Knight, once again, hit as he threw an ill-advised pass. He hit the panic button, Eric Price, that is, and got that ball out of there. And he's going to wish he had that one back, because that could have been a disaster.
That pass play from Price to Battle was 45 yards to set up this red zone attempt. 2nd down and 10. And nowhere to go for Bailey O'Shaughnessy, who was back in the game after missing most of the second quarter with a hand injury.
And on that play, Max Knight had the center, the right guard, and the fullback with their hands on him. Max Knight is a problem.
First season with St. Louis.
Look at this defense.
First 2 seasons with Eddie Gage mentoring him over in Arizona. A lot of people to the right-hand side of the field. Eric Price goes the other direction and finds one-on-one coverage. That was Jeremy Mosley making the catch. He was matched up one-on-one with Mark Gronick.
That was 3-2 double trouble, what they call it. And I've seen Louisiana dial up against Atlanta a couple seasons back to perfection. Denver almost scored on it.
Now inside the 2, 1st and goal. The Nightwings with Bailey O'Shaughnessy is going to be a yard short.
And when you have players like Max Knight on your team drawing double teams, you don't have to necessarily play goal line. They came out in a 5-2 and held them to a no gain.
But that's what they've been doing all game. It's been very tough sledding for Bailey O'Shaughnessy up the middle. As to this point, only has 4 yards on 7 attempts. He's going to get the ball this time, though. Only needs 1. He keeps fighting, and he gets into the end zone. What a second effort by O'Shaughnessy.
Second effort indeed, like you just hinted on. They came out in a 5-2 defense once again. This time the hole was not there. He bounced it to the outside, and it was his right tackle. Couldn't get his number, but he got pushed back about 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. He was able to wake his way around, break out of a Ronnie Panani tackle, and scamper to the end zone.
Wow, Panani had him dead to rights at the 3-yard line, but Bailey O'Shaughnessy, through some sort of eldritch sorcery, kept his feet moving and found his way into the end zone to tie the game, potentially off this Matt Fennick extra point. Kick up, kick good. Tie game, 10-all, Denver and St. Louis.
We just talked about it maybe 5 minutes ago, how Mexico City came within a single score of tying Baltimore. And since then, Baltimore has scored 2 unanswered touchdowns, take a 31-10 lead.
At this point of the season, is there anybody close to the Vultures?
A lot of football left, but wow, they are making a statement.
The reigning champs are going to go back-to-back, but got to get through a lot more football, as Eddie said, before they can make that happen. Denver, 6 plays, 57 yards. The big one, a 45-yard passing play to Bryce Battle to set up the 1-yard touchdown for Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Only took 2 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
Now St. Louis going to have to try and respond. Their first possession out of halftime. And once again, Phil Cause is open off of the crossing pattern. Spins out of 1 tackle, but Jose Fuentes is there to bring him down on the second one.
And I tell you what, he thought about dumping that ball off to his tailback, Cairo Martinez. And I'm telling you what, Ben stacking paper, oh my goodness. Santa Gree was over there lurking, praying he threw it that way because he had pick 6 all on his mind.
Ben Stacking Paper is so dominant, he's playing in 2 games at once. Martinez around the outside, and he gets the lane eventually and is able to fall forward for the first down. Despite being a power back, Martinez has had more success this evening when he does kick it to the outside and make that defense work laterally.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I didn't realize he had the patience and the speed to get to the outside. That was impressive.
Brown launches it right into the hands of the middle of the defense, and it's intercepted.
You know, I was going to hint on this earlier, but I decided not to. I didn't want to jinx it because I bet you, I don't know if St. Louis, I haven't scouted them like that. I don't know if they had this in their playbook for that 44 defense or what, but Denver obviously did their homework if they did because they came out in man that time, took that away, and now they're going to get the ball in the 48-yard line of the opposition. Great job on the defense.
And a linebacker got the interception, Jose Fuentes.
Long-time Sioux Falls Sparrow, now playing over here in Denver.
6 seasons with the Sparrows for Fuentes. Price trying to turn the Spurs immediately, and Riley Quintero breaks a tackle, and just like that, the Nightwings have soared into the lead.
Wow, free safety Gerald Winkler. I thought he was going to be able to tip that ball away, but he just missed it, and he was unable to get his body turned around to make a play and get the receiver on the ground, and Riley Quintero makes him pay for it. You want to win at home, you want to win on the road, you got to find a way to turn turnovers into points. They did it right there with a touchdown from Riley Quintero, and now Denver find themselves up by 7.
In a matter of 3.5 minutes, Denver's gone from 7 behind to potentially 7 ahead. Up and good. 17-10 as Denver has just come out and gut punched St. Louis here in the third quarter.
2 unanswered touchdowns here. I mean, their offense was relatively slow in the first half, but you knew it was only a matter of time before they started making plays. I mean, we talked about this offense going up against this defense, and Denver in the third quarter is making a statement here at home.
Riley Quintero, his first receiving touchdown of the season. Passing touchdown number 13 for Eric Price. And now St. Louis got to find a way to pick themselves up off the canvas and get back into this game on halftime.
Yeah, a lot of football left, but yeah, I mean, like you said, they got punched in the mouth, and now they have to respond.
They have the offensive firepower to do it. It's mostly been Cairo Martinez's job to move the ball. Maybe we see a little bit more downfield passing from Christian Brown now that St. Louis is in a hole. Brown finds Cause, and an excellent one-on-one tackle by Wiseman.
Yeah. Wiseman made a number of plays out in the open field today. Excuse me, that was actually Santa Gree on the tackle. Excuse me.
Santa Gria makes the stop. Team stats, over on the left, thanks to Mark Lopez for getting those to us. Martinez, nowhere to go. That time it was Adam Wiseman.
Defensive line pinched down inside, take away those running lanes, and makes life difficult for you to get outside because you got linebackers who don't have hands on them waiting to make a play.
3rd down and 2.
Man defense once again.
Martinez, he lined up as the fullback that time and found his way through.
Did you see him lower his shoulder and get his helmet about a foot off the ground and made the defender, I didn't catch his number, miss? That was an impressive maneuver by a power back. It's hard for finesse backs to do that, let alone a power back.
St. Louis 7 of 11 on 3rd down in the ball game. Again, an out route. And it's Eagle Mondavi this time, and he picks up 9.
Haven't called his name in a while, but this St. Louis offense is showing no sign of quit in them as they continue to matriculate the ball downfield, trying to get into enemy territory.
That was only Mondavi's 3rd catch. He's got 34 yards. Martinez trying to pick his way through the teeth of the defense. Got enough forward progress before Rosca Santagria almost looked like he picked up and carried him backwards.
It did. Rest of the downs for St. Louis inside of 5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
And this is what St. Louis has done all game, but really all season long. It's get those yards about 5 to 7 at a time through the air and pick up the short yardage with Cairo Martinez on the ground. Low snap, round middle, catch made. And that's the exact same play I think that St. Louis has thrown the 2 interceptions on. That time Shane Kaufman comes down with the reception.
One of them definitely did as it was tipped and picked off, and this time 90-yard slants. Hard play to cover versus man defense.
All right, 2nd down and less than 3. Here comes Cairo Martinez again. And the offensive line didn't really get a good push, and he only got half of the yardage he needed.
They did not. You saw his fullback get knocked backwards trying to set a block, was unable to get it, and Adam Wiseman and company swarmed in to make the tackle. 3rd and inches coming up.
So now where do you go here? If you're St. Louis, do you go back to Martinez? You do to try and go to the outside?
I'm running right up the gut, right up the 8 gap.
It's all going to be about the blocking. Cairo Martinez finds the gap and is eventually dragged down by Jose Fuentes, but not before he picks up the 1st.
As a defensive coordinator, it's got to be painful preparing to play against St. Louis because their offense just matriculates the ball downfield and just enough to move the chains and just aggravate the hell out of you.
Where I do see a potential flaw in that strategy is when you're playing from behind, but then you have plays like this. Phil Cause gets 13, and they're close to the red zone.
We've seen Phil Cause run this route about 3 or 4 times today and come up with a reception every time. He just finds a way to get open.
And most of the time he's able to turn up field and pick up 5 or 6 yards after the catch as well.
I'm going to tell St. Louis, send him a message and tell him just start calling that guy 7-Eleven and put him on a t-shirt because he just always seems to be open.
Brown, middle. This time he squeaks the ball through to Kaufman, and the rookie gets down to the 12-yard line.
Getting everyone involved, and we talked about it. I mean, they just continue just working the ball. This offense reminds me of the Florida Storm of old, the Alaska Storm of old, just taking their time, picking their spots, and working the ball downfield.
It wasn't the prettiest thing, but they won a bunch of championships, so it worked for them. Martinez on a stretch play now, puts it back to the inside and finds wide open spaces into the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis.
Strong power, bouncing to the outside. There was no one there between him and the end zone. And St. Louis an extra point away from once again tying this ball game up. This game is far from over. It's going to come down to late in the fourth quarter.
And there was G.G. Skyrett, had nobody to block. He was just out there alone, the right guard. When you've got an offensive lineman literally just standing there, you know you've done your job.
Yeah, you've done your job.
Up and good goes the extra point, and St. Louis has responded from being up 7 to down 7. Now they tie the game with 2:23 to go in the third. The SFL is spotlighting 4 games in their own time slot on Monday night, starting Monday, February 21st, with Baltimore against Queen City. See the players on camera while they watch themselves on the field. Listen to coaches break down their opponent and their strategy in real time. And SFL royalty to join the broadcast as guests for rare on-camera appearances. We'll even flip the camera angle so you can see the action from a whole new perspective. Visit simulationfl.net for complete Monday Night Football schedule and details. I'm very excited for those Monday night games, Eddie, because the coaches, in my opinion, make the best analysts because they are with these teams and with this game day in, day out. They know the ins and outs of how everything works. And to someone who maybe just knows a lot about football, the SFL, while it is football in the sense that the rules are the same, the strategy can be totally different. O'Shaughnessy, that is O'Shaughnessy back in, but he goes nowhere as he's crashed on by Max Knight. The strategy is totally different.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that shapes out, because you're right. As a coach, after doing so much scouting and running sims, you can almost anticipate which plays your opponent's about to run. It just makes for a great chess match. I just can't wait to see these reactions.
We've got a great chess match going on the field right now. But there's the fullback, R.E. Mills. Now, I've seen that play come into prominence in the SFL the last couple of seasons. And Eddie, being a coach, maybe you can run me through why we see this play action hit the fullback on a post route become so popular.
It's probably because it's a hard play to defend. I mean, there are ways to defend it, but you leave yourself vulnerable in other areas, and it's just a risk you take doing such, hoping that they don't hit the right man at the right time running that post route.
Because a lot of the times the fullback's not the most reliable at catching the ball, but when it comes off, you get big chunk plays like that one. And once again, Bailey O'Shaughnessy, no love up the middle. That time Mike Bilott got there.
Yeah, and that pass that the fullback caught was a dart from Eric Price. He put a lot of mustard on it. I was surprised he caught it.
And the one time we saw St. Louis run that play in this game, Christian Brown put too much on it for Christopher Dean to handle, and it bounced off his hands.
Yeah. Our tight end flex.
Second and 11. O'Shaughnessy scooted back the backfield, but there was nobody there to block for him. And eventually, he was brought down by Nicholas Warner.
90-yard slant. No one could get open. He had to dump it off to Bailey, and St. Louis did a great job of illustrating that closing speed to make the tackle for a short gain.
Moving in the pocket, floating it over the middle. The ball pops up into the air, and it's incomplete. I believe that was Mark Kaufman who had the initial touch on it.
Yeah, and I can tell you, Adam Wiseman was on the sidelines with bated breath, hoping that ball hit the ground. I can tell you from experience.
So now we've got Matty Wiseman back in to punt for Denver. What's shocking to me is there's only been one sack for each team. Colin Douglas has one, and Igor Barbatov has one. That's for St. Louis and Denver, respectively. And St. Louis going to be deep in their own territory as we have 9 seconds left to go in the third. The third quarter passed seemingly without a trace, but yet both teams scored. Denver got 2 touchdowns, St. Louis 1.
Yeah, this game is moving along awfully quickly, and it's in 9 seconds, we'll be starting the fourth quarter.
These teams better slow down if we want to hit the bonus coverage, as It's 31-10 over on Next Level Sports. Baltimore seemingly in cruise control now as they've just scored again to go up 38-10. As that pass over the middle finds Shane Kaufman again, the rookie, getting a lot of work on the offensive side today as we hit the end of the third quarter. 4's up. We head to the final frame, tied at 17 between St. Louis and Denver. This is the SFL on Twitch. Stay with us. Well, I mentioned right before the quarter break that Shane Kaufman is getting a lot of work. He's second on the team tonight in receptions. 5 receptions for 53 yards. Or, excuse me, 6 receptions for 62 yards. Phil Cause leads the way with 10 receptions for 86. This time the blitz is picked up and Phil Cause again. And that's going to be a face mask penalty against Ron Hoff. That's the first time we've called his name tonight. It's not for something good. Transferred over from San Diego in the off-season after spending 4 seasons in the league previous.
Yeah, I think that was an incidental face mask, though, so it only hurt him for 5 yards. But nonetheless, a penalty is a penalty.
Let's take a look at it here.
Oh.
He reached his arm back to see if he can try and wrap it around his waist, and he just left it too high.
I can tell you from experience, often when you do that, you end up hurting yourself because somehow your elbow gets out of place and it's painful.
Again, the blitz comes, and again, Phil Cause is the reliable receiver across the middle. Denver has really been trying to get Christian Brown on the ground in this second half. That time, they got to him, but he got the pass away just in time.
He did, and, speaking of, career marks, stuff like that, Jose Fuentes passed up Kappa Jones for 49th all-time in tackles a bit early in this contest. Replay.
Another defensive miscue. That's the 3rd penalty on the Denver defense today.
Penalties are never good, and they always seem to come at the worst times. And Denver trying to eliminate St. Louis from taking the lead here, coming up with some untimely penalties here on this drive.
This has been a slugfest. The first half defensive. In the second half, both offenses have made the correct adjustments and have moved the ball pretty much with freedom. Martinez ran into his own fullback and only gets 2 yards. And if he was able to cut that to the right, there looked to be a clear running room there for Martinez.
Yeah, there was nowhere for the fullback to go because his own offensive line on the interior were getting pushed back. Max Knight, he may not have the stats, but he is making a severe impact on this game, and St. Louis is happy to have him.
Seven-step drop. Just get it to Martinez, and he cannot get away from Wiseman. And it's going to be 3rd down and 3, but St. Louis has eaten 3rd down and manageable for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and every other meal. They're 9 of 12 on 3rd down in the ball game.
3rd and 3. How many times have we said that today?
A lot. Of those 12 3rd down attempts, I'm pretty sure 6 or 7 of them have been from inside 5 yards. Martinez with a stiff arm to pick up the 1st down. It looked like Denver had him in the backfield, and Martinez says, "No siree, I've got this."
And Martinez, his agent is telling someone in the organization to clip that so he can use it when it's time for leverage to re-sign with his team next season.
Well, that was Mississippi. Had a really good opening to the game, did the rookie linebacker. 3 tackles, 4 total, all in the first half. But that time got put on his backside by the stiff arm, and St. Louis converts another 3rd down in less than 5. And that time the pass was a little bit too far in front of Eagle Mondavi. He did make the catch, but had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. 2nd and 7 is still a manageable situation, so a lot of options here for St. Louis.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and consistently refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. Second down and 7. Christian Brown forced to escape outside the pocket and finds a wide-open Phil Cause inside the 5.
Bill Carr, speaking of upcoming free agency, he's going to want all his chips because he's made a big impact on this game, coming up with yet another reception. That's going to be his 12th reception for 108 yards and a score.
And if Cause didn't get it, Mondavi would have because he was right there. But how about Christian Brown extending the play, moving around, had to scramble, but he found his receiver downfield and now sets up St. Louis at the 5-yard line. Cairo Martinez dragging a defender down to the 3.
The man just does not give up. Despite the contact, he continues to keep his legs churning, keep his body low to the ground. Makes it difficult to tackle because there's not much to grab. Cairo Martinez is a problem.
It's going to be Brown. He floated it out to Martinez. That almost looked like he got tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Martinez goes backwards, 3rd and goal from the 4.
Ron Hoff just made a touchdown-saving tackle right there because should he not get his hands on him, St. Louis is dancing in the end zone right about now.
Where do you go here? Martinez has been the bell cow all day long, but is this just a little bit outside of his reach? They're going to give it to him. He's going to run the wrong way, and Adam Wiseman's going to chase him down all the way back at the 10-yard line, and the Denver defense holds in the red zone.
Yeah, normally, you think he'd be down by contact with forward progress, but he elected to get restarted and back up I don't know what he thought he was doing, but that's not taught, and even the lower levels, I'm not exactly sure what he was doing, but that was a bad decision. But nonetheless, it should be a chip shot field goal anyway for St. Louis.
It'll be about a 26-yarder for Beauchamp. And Bobby Ray Beauchamp puts this one up and good. The St. Louis had a 10-3 lead, then 2 straight touchdowns to open up the 3rd quarter for Denver. They were down 7, then they scored. And now they've scored again, but this time only a field goal. 3-point lead for St. Louis, 5:48 to go. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Riley Quintero looks like he is about to break one of these at some point.
Yeah, he took a shot in the back, though. But I tell you what, if Denver was to somehow manage to score on this drive and come back and win this game, they can thank their defense on that last drive, as Martinez had 3 rushing attempts that totaled -5 yards rushing. That goal line stance for Denver was fantastic.
Quintero does have a kick return for a touchdown this season, and his 2nd in the league in total kick return yards. Came into the game with an even 700. O'Shaughnessy on the outside. 1 spin moves, 2 spin moves, nowhere to go as there were 4 white jerseys surrounding him. His 2nd, he touched the football.
Yeah, you talk about, but that's what you have to do sometimes with a lot of these backs. You have to, gang tackle these guys, and it took the 3rd effort of Nicholas Warner to finally get him on the ground.
Especially, I'm thinking of like a Boo Chisholm-esque player out of Atlanta.
Here's that double trouble again.
Price into the zone, and that zone was too soft. And Eric Price completed an easy pitch and catch across the middle. I believe that was to R.E. Mills again.
Yeah, and wow, we talked to these coaches about their game plan, and he revealed he was going to come out with this play. I'm not sure how many times they're going to dial it up, but wow, it seemed to be paying dividends for him thus far.
Price on the outside. That is Ari Mills on the outside. Ari Mills, that's his 4th catch, I believe, in the ball game as a fullback.
Denver gets their fullback involved early and often in the game, whether it's through that HF outs or it's through the play action. He is a big key to the offense in their passing game.
Excuse me, that was his third reception of the ball game for Mills. And this time, O'Shaughnessy nowhere to go again as they tried to stretch it to the near side right. Colin Douglas made the play.
Running the ball against the St. Louis Gladiators defense has proven to be a difficult task, and you see why they're getting all the hype this season.
O'Shaughnessy lowers the shoulder, shows a little Cairo Martinez action, and then shows off the speed as he picks up a first down for Denver.
Had he not breaking that tackle, Denver's going to be punting right now. But through individual effort, he's able to keep the drive alive.
I want to bring up the pregame comments made by St. Louis head coach Andrew O'Reilly. He said, quote, "On offense, we're adding a new wrinkle with Christopher Dean seeing more reps. I think that'll be a key role in the offense before the postseason arrives," unquote. Price once again finds a wide open receiver across the middle. That was Bryce Battle. Another first down, gain of 11. And they're approaching the St. Louis red zone. And they haven't really done that. St. Louis. They haven't gotten Christopher Dean involved.
No, they have not. Just kind of the way the game unfolded. I mean, Cairo has been carrying his offense and keeping the drive alive with his individual effort and just taking those opportunities away from him.
O'Shaughnessy, nifty move to get free, but there was nowhere to go after he did so as Warner came up from the safety spot to bring him down.
Did you see Max Knight? He was actually after the quarterback, and once he saw the running back get the ball, he ran about 10 yards to help assist on that tackle. Max Knight is everywhere.
6'5", 350 is Max Knight, and he can move with the best of them. O'Shaughnessy, that looked like it hurt as he ran into Mark Gronick and Rodney Panani at the same time.
Denver is in field goal range, but they want to try to win this game. Let's see what their offense does here on third down.
Over the middle. Oh, it's in and out of the hands of Adrian Ellis. The rookie out of Memphis. Would have been his first catch of the game, but he could not hang on to the ball through contact.
Could not. He actually balled that ball before he even got hit, and unfortunately, what would have been a first down is now going to be a field goal attempt for Denver.
To try and tie the game, it is the ever-efficient Matt Fennick. From 31 yards away, the powerful right foot of Fennick gets it to go. And he is still perfect on the season, 11 for 11, and we have a tied ball game again, Mr. Eddie Gage, with 2 minutes to go.
And with that successful field goal attempt, he now ties Maxwell Falk for 18th all-time in makes.
And what a coronation it would be, and this is a couple of minutes away, and you know, a lot of things could happen between now and then, but the kick to put him over into solo 18th place on the all-time leaderboard could be the game winner if this game goes scoreless over the next 2 minutes.
So now here we are. St. Louis has all 3 timeouts plus the stoppage of the clock at the 2-minute warning. We'll see how aggressive they get here deep in their own end to try and score.
And how aggressive do you get on this play specifically with 1 second until the 2-minute warning?
I'm probably running the ball.
Gladiators elect to throw, but it's just going to be Cairo Martinez out of the backfield. That's pretty good. Got 6 yards to 2-minute warning. If you know somebody who's not watching this game, get them in here. We have got a dynamite last 2 minutes for you from the Mile High City. You're watching the SFL on Switch. Brown to the air again. This time a dagger to Phil Cause, who has been my MVP on the offensive side.
Absolutely.
If you can't give it to the offensive line, who have been spectacular, you've got to give it to Cause. And this time it's Eagle Mondavi. Didn't get out of bounds. And part of the job of St. Louis on this drive is, yes, to get down into scoring range, but also to drain as much time off the clock as possible. There's Paul Dillavoud. Haven't called his name much tonight, but he picks up the first that time.
His second catch.
It's out route, out route, out route. It's death by 1,000 cuts right now for the Denver defense, as another medium range gain for Eagle Mondavi.
But that's what this offense does. They minimize the mistakes and allows their defense to win games for them. They did a great job of that last week versus Atlanta. Trying to do it again here this week versus Denver. Excuse me, 2 weeks ago. They were off last week.
Brown finds Martinez. A lot of room to run for Cairo. He's going to pick up a first down. Inside Denver territory to the 41-yard line. Smart play call. And here comes the up-tempo offense from St. Louis.
Big 7-step drop.
Oh, no. It almost was the second interception of the game for Jose Fuentes. And he might have been going back all the way if he had kept his hands on that one.
If Jose Fuentes comes up with that interception, it's going to be game over. Thanks for coming. Good night, and drive home safely to St. Louis. But be that as it may, they got another crack at it. Christian Brown just got away with one right there.
Wipe the sweat off your brow, St. Louis, and line it up and do it again. Second down and 10, 54 seconds left. Gladiators not quite yet into Bobby Ray Beauchaw's field goal range. Brown again, short to Martinez. St. Louis still has all 3 timeouts, but Martinez gets out of bounds. It'll be 3rd and 5. Where do you think field goal range is? They got to be close.
Got to be close. From here, it's about a 53-yarder, but they want to get a few yards closer, I'm sure. 49 seconds left, and all 3, like you said, it's amazing they haven't called a timeout yet.
So it'll be about a 50-yarder if they barely don't get a first down. 49 seconds left. St. Louis still with all 3 timeouts, but you don't want to leave enough time for Denver to come back and potentially steal one. That one is batted away and incomplete.
It's only a matter of time. You keep running these 90-yard slants before the defense makes you pay for it. And once again, Christian Brown hits the panic button and almost gives it back to the defense.
4th down and 5. I see number 18 on the field, and it is going to be a 53-yard field goal attempt from Bobby Ray Beauchaw.
Don't know about this one.
The undrafted rookie.
If he doesn't make it, Denver's going to have great field position.
He gets it away. Does it have the distance?
Nope.
No, it does not.
Wasn't even close.
And Denver's going to have a chance to win with 41 seconds to go.
Yeah, I did not agree with that. The moment they decided to go for it, I knew that was a bad decision, because now Denver is going to get excellent starting field position. And with 41 seconds left, all 3 timeouts, that's a bunch of time, given the field position.
They only need about 30 yards to get into field goal range.
Play action coming up.
It is play action. Price. Quintero runs free, and he turns upfield and gets out of bounds. Stops the clock. 37 seconds to go. Gain of 9 into St. Louis territory already.
Yeah, and Matt Fennick is on the sidelines ready to tell his coach, hold my beer. I'm about to go in here and hit the game winner. But before he does that, Denver has more work to do.
Power I formation for Denver. Pass out of it, and there was nowhere to go with the football. That's a coverage shack, and the Nightwings are forced to burn a timeout.
Was trying to set up a screen. St. Louis played man defense. There was nowhere for the quarterback to throw the ball. He's got to either take off with that or throw the ball away. He did neither, and St. Louis made him pay.
Tom Tanner and Max Knight combined to make the sack. Now that pushes Denver back to their own 47-yard line. 3rd down and 6, and this one you feel has to go. Price. Oh, he found the receiver in double coverage. Timeout, Denver.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and Eric Price just found Jeremy Mosley in the middle of the field for a big conversion when all seemed lost after that big sack. Now life has been rejuvenated to this offense, and they still have 2 timeouts left.
Only 1 timeout left for Denver, I believe. But they are on the edge of field goal range. Price, that's a dangerous pass, and it's incomplete. Mark Roenick had a hand on it.
And if Mark Roenick catches that interception, that would be another thanks for coming, good night, and drive home safely moment, as there was no one between him and the end zone but the quarterback, and he would not have caught him.
2nd down and 10, another chance for Denver after maybe they saw their life in this game flash before their eyes. Price, only a 3-man rush, finds O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy, a burst of speed inside the 30-yard line. And now all they got to do is kneel it down and take the timeout and set up Matt Fennick.
Yeah, you kind of saw that coming as the cornerbacks played about 12 yards off the line of scrimmage. There was nothing but daylight once he caught that pass.
And here is the most important thing about that play from Bailey O'Shaughnessy. He got out of bounds.
Yep. So they're already in field goal range here, but they want to try and burn some more of this clock off.
I would just run it and call a timeout with 1 second left. Price will throw. He's going to go safe. O'Shaughnessy, forced down, and he stays in bounds. No, he steps out. I thought he stayed in bounds on first glance, but the clock does stop with 12 seconds left, and you can now do it again.
Yeah, they're probably going to bring in Matt Fennick at this point, though. 12 seconds left. We'll see what they do here, well within his range. And sure enough, there he is. Matt Fennick looking to win the game and take the all-time lead. And, pass up, Maxwell Falk, and field goal made.
This would put him 18th all-time in the SFL list of field goals made. That's a bad snap. The holder recovers, and it's good from 35 yards away. And
Adam Wiseman.
St. Louis maybe will be headed home with all 3 timeouts in their pocket.
All 3 in their pocket, indeed. It's 8 seconds left, so it's not over. I mean, a kick return could change all of that. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, tough break, but it all started with that ill-advised field goal attempt on the other end.
Shane Kaufman is the rookie kick returner for St. Louis. He does have 1 return for a touchdown this season. The average is about 26. That was a bomb from Matt Fennick. Took it from 4 yards deep in the end zone and only got to the 17. That's the worst starting position for St. Louis off a kickoff in the game.
Yeah, that was a great, you right. I mean, what a time to come up big for your team. 4 seconds left. Let's see what St. Louis dials up here. And it looks like it's going to be gun quads left, 90-yard slants.
With a win, Denver improves to 3-2. And it's going to be caught. And time is going to run out before the knee goes down for the receiver. And Denver wins a wild one at home on Saturday night.
Mm. Wow. I mean, you hate for any team to lose this game. I mean, this came down, like we said, to late in the fourth quarter, and both teams fought hard. But in the end, there's going to be one winner, and Denver prevails.
And it all comes down to that decision to try and kick the 53-yard field goal for St. Louis. It was 4th down and 4. You could either go for it or you could punt it away and try and play defense. You have been playing very good defense all game, but
exactly.
Credit where credit is due. Eric Price led his team down the field to set up the chip shot field goal for the win. Congratulations to Denver. They go to 3-2 on the season.
Denver making the most out of their opportunities. We talked about the number of plays that St. Louis ran. Denver on offense only ran 41 total plays. 46 total plays. St. Louis had 47 pass attempts, 26 rushing attempts for 73 total plays, but yet Denver is the one that comes out on top.
And also out-timed the possession of the Night Wings by almost 10 minutes. This moves Denver to 4-0 all-time against St. Louis. However, this is the closest margin of victory in the series' history. Typically, this game has been a blowout, and this is only the second time that St. Louis has scored double-digit points against the Night Wings in their 4 matchups. This was the key moment. Matt Fennick to give the Night Wings the victory at the end. Who have you got for player of the game, Eddie? This could go a lot of different ways.
It could, but I'm probably going to go, I'm probably going to say Eric Price. And
Eric
there it is.
Price, 292, 1 touchdown.
Efficient, yet effective.
This one was decided by a game of inches.
Literally.
Denver moves to 3-2. St. Louis 2-2. I would not be surprised if both of these teams were in playoff contention come seasons. And thank you so much for joining us on a Saturday night. For Mark Lopez on stats, Cameron Irvine, our producer, Eddie Gage, it's always a pleasure working with you in the booth. My name is Michael Truillos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a very pleasant good evening.
Thanks for coming. Good night. Drive home safe, everybody.